A common tactic of Satan is to imitate or counterfeit the things of God in order to make himself appear to be like God. Satan's common strategy is to imitate or counterfeit God's creations in order to appear to be like God. The so-called unholy Trinity, as vividly described in Revelation 12 and 13, is no exception. The Holy Trinity is made up of God the Father, Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit. Satan, the Antichrist, and the false prophet are their unholy Trinity counterfeit. The first person and father of the unholy Trinity is Satan. The Antichrist will be the unholy Trinity's second member and son. The third member of the unholy Trinity, the false prophet, will direct the people's worship and praise back to the Antichrist. While the Holy Trinity is defined by infinite truth, love, and goodness, the unholy Trinity exhibits the diametrically opposed characteristics of deception, hatred, and pure evil. Revelation 12 and 13 contain prophecy passages that describe some of the major events and characters involved in the second half of the 7-year tribulation period. Although many Bible passages refer to Satan in various forms, such as a serpent or an angel of light, he is described as a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. In Revelation 12, verse 3, his vicious and homicidal personality is represented by the color red. Many important facts about Satan are revealed in Revelation 12. During a rebellion before the world began, Satan and 1/3 of the angels were cast out of heaven. The archangel Michael and the other angels will wage war against Satan and his demons, and Satan will be permanently barred from heaven. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his heads. Revelation 12, verse 4. And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born. Revelation 12, verses 7 through 9. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought, and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Satan will attempt to annihilate the Jews in order to prevent God from fulfilling his earthly kingdom, but God will supernaturally protect a remnant of the Jews in a location outside of Israel for the final 42 months of the tribulation. Revelation 12, verse 6. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she hath a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there 1,260 days. Revelation 12, verses 13 through 17. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, in times, half a time, from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth, and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Matthew 24, verses 15 through 21. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor shall ever be. The beast, or Antichrist, as described in Revelation 13 and Daniel 7, is the second member of the unholy Trinity. The Antichrist is someone who opposes Christ. The prefix anti can also mean instead of, and both meanings will apply to the world leader. He will openly oppose Christ while also passing himself off as Christ. The Antichrist will actively live up to his dreadful name. As he leads the armies of the world into the battle of Armageddon, he will persecute, torture, and kill God's people. He will be the most powerful dictator the world has ever seen, dwarfing past dictators. Even though the Antichrist is identified by that name only 4 times in the Bible, he appears many more times under various aliases. He is also called the one who brings destruction. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 3 NLT. The lawless one. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 8 NKJV. The evil man. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 9 NLT. The beast. Revelation 13 verse 1 NKJV. The promise that shall come. Daniel 9 verse 26 NKJV. A fierce king. Daniel 8 verse 23 NLT. A master of intrigue. Daniel 8 verse 23 NIV. A despicable man. Daniel 11 verse 21 NLT. A worthless shepherd. Zechariah 11 verse 16 through 17 NLT. When he comes on the scene, people will flock to him like flies to honey, and they will do anything he asks. How will he unite the nations? The Antichrist is described as follows by the prophet Daniel. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a 4th beast. And there were eyes like the eyes of a man, and a mouth speaking pompous words. He shall speak pompous words against the Most High. Daniel 7, verse 7 through 8 and 25. According to Daniel, the world leader will be known for his or her eloquence, which will capture the attention and administration of the entire world. Daniel goes on to say that this golden-tongued orator will not only speak in lofty terms, but he will also speak arrogantly against God. In the book of Revelation, the Apostle John describes him similarly. And he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Revelation 13 verse 5. Daniel continues to describe the Antichrist as a man whose appearance was greater than his fellows. Daniel 7 verse 20. The combination of his magnetic personality, speaking ability, and extreme good looks will make him virtually irresistible to the masses. The Apostle John expands on Daniel's description of the Antichrist's blasphemous acts by telling us that every living person will be required to worship this man. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as man as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Revelation 13, verse 15. Finally, Revelation 13, verses 1 through 8, describes the Antichrist as a beast. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds, and tongues, and nations. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb, slain from the foundation of the world. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 9 says, Even him, whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. The Antichrist will progress from a regional leader to a world leader, then to a tyrannical global dictator, and finally to a god. The beast appears from the sea, which is a reference to the Gentile nations in the Bible. He also has 7 heads and 10 horns, indicating his relationship with and inhabitation by Satan. According to Revelation 13 verse 3, the Antichrist will be mortally wounded around the halfway point of the tribulation, but Satan will miraculously heal his wound. Revelation 13 verse 3, And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Revelation 17 verses 8 through 14. The beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And that they dwell on earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, and yet is. And here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords, and King of kings, and they that are with him are called, and chosen, and faithful. The world will be completely enthralled by the Antichrist after this wondrous event. They will worship Satan as well as the Antichrist. Revelation 13, verse 4 through 5. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. The Antichrist gains confidence, and, abandoning all pretenses of being a peaceful ruler, openly blasphemes God, breaches his peace treaty with the Jews, attacks believers and Jews, and desecrates the rebuilt Jewish temple, establishing himself as the one to be worshipped. The false prophet is the final member of the unholy Trinity, as described in Revelation 13, verses 11 through 18. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth, and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand, or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. This second beast emerges from the earth rather than the sea. Although he appears meek, mild, and benevolent, the horns indicate that he will wield power. Jesus specifically warned believers to be on the lookout for false prophets, who may appear innocent, but can be extremely destructive. Matthew 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. The false prophet is capable of performing great signs and wonders, such as bringing fire down from heaven. Revelation 13, verse 13. He raises an image of the Antichrist for worship, gives the image life, demands that all people worship the image, and executes those who refuse to worship the image. Revelation 13, verse 14 through 15. The false prophet will also force everyone to get a permanent mark of some kind to demonstrate total devotion to the Antichrist and renunciation of God. Only those who have received the mark will be allowed to conduct business. Accepting the mark results in eternal death. Revelation 14, verse 10. The Bible makes it clear that humans will fully comprehend that by accepting the mark, they are accepting not only an economic system, but also a worship system that rejects Jesus Christ. The number of the beast is revealed in Revelation 13, verse 18. 666. Satan is the anti-God. The beast is the Antichrist, and the false prophet is the anti-spirit. This unholy trinity will persecute believers and deceive many others, causing them to perish eternally. However, God's kingdom will triumph. Daniel 7, verse 21 through 22 states, I was watching, and the same horn was making war against the saints and prevailing against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and a judgment was made in favor of the saints of the Most High. And the time came for the saints to possess the kingdom.